think what makes a good political history book is a whole range of issues, range of different things. You need something that makes you think, that tells you something you didn't know before, ideally something that makes connections between things you didn't know before. For example, one of the books I read this year was actually about how Britain came close to a revolution, or never had a revolution. But one of the things it mentioned was the fact that Britain never had a great composer between the 17th and the 20th centuries, partly because of the Puritan tradition in churches, which meant that nobody really went in for great church music. It's a really interesting point. I'd never thought of that before, and it was kind of just an interesting thing along the way. But you need a sort of level of research that means that the information it's giving is convincing, so it's not too superficial. And ideally, you need some connection with what's going on today. It's a difficult question to answer whether there's a book, political history book, that hasn't been written. There's a lot more that could be done on liberal history and the contribution of liberals and liberal thought to British politics. I think it tends to get underplayed, given the dominance of the Labour and Conservative parties for most of the 20th century. I found judging these awards really enjoyable. It introduced me to a huge range of subjects that I just hadn't really thought about before, or hadn't made the connections before. But the most interesting books were ones that went into sufficient detail to teach me stuff that I never thought about and never realised, and it made a difference to the way I think I see the world.